Well, hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel with Charlie B. So, if you saw in the background, I bet you can guess what I'm up to today. Well, I'm going to answer that age-old question of what's for dinner. So, today we are going to be doing a cream cheese chicken crack chili. So, I went through some recipes and figured out how to do it my way. And after I read them, I was like, I'm going to do it like this. So the idea was given to me by two girls that are staying, or ladies, excuse me, that are staying at my house for my daughter's best friend's wedding. So that's a joyous thought too. But I'm not going to get into names because they didn't tell me I could use their names. But the idea did come from them. So thank you, ladies. And let me bring you down to the items, and I cannot wait. Okay, first things first, we've got chicken. Okay, I have two breasts here. This is about 2 pounds. Okay, somewhere around there. And I'm going to put them in my crock pot. I'm just going to lay them right down there. And our next item is to put our Philly cream cheese on top of the chicken breasts. Now, most of the stuff I have in my stores, but I ran out of the Philly, so I had to run up to the grocery store and actually get Philly. And I did have some no-name in my stores, but there's more preservatives in the off-name brands. So this apparently will melt better in the crock pot. And that means I need to go back to Costco here next month, or this month, actually it is October, and get a big, huge block of Philly cream cheese, slice it up, and put it in the freezer. Yes, I can actually freeze cream cheese. I have done it multiple times and use it, and it's amazing, even if it's just for dipping. Okay, so I got that there. Now I'm going to turn on my crock pot at this moment. You can turn it on sooner if you want to. It doesn't matter. But that's what I'm going to do. Our next item up is, now, I'm going to tell you some different things that you can use as I go if you don't have fresh ingredients. What I have here is 1 cup of, or 2 cups of onions and 2 cups of fresh tomatoes. I'm going to put those right in here. Yeah, I got to switch you around because I'm left-handed, so you don't see the back of everything. So I got everything moved around to start. So we've already done 2 chicken breasts, or 2 chicken breast halves, about 2 pounds of meat. Now, if you don't want to use chicken breast, you can use whatever. Just, yeah, because we're going to actually shred the breasts here in a few after they're done cooking. And I've got 1 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese, 2 cups of tomatoes, and 2 cups of onions diced. Now these are fresh, so you know they're going to cook down some. Okay, with that being said, if you use like a can of tomatoes, you can probably go a little less. Okay, so what I have used in there for corn is my freeze-dried corn. Now, I grilled this corn before I started and freeze-dried it. So it's got a very good, sweet, unique flavor. And I put about 10 ounces of that, slightly over 1 cup. Now, if I didn't have my freeze-dried corn and I was using frozen corn or a can of corn, I would use just a regular can of corn, which is like 15.5 ounces, or 2 cups, 1 pint if you're using the corn that you have canned yourself. Okay. Now we're going to get to adding some spices. We have red curry powder here. I am going to go ahead and put in 1 teaspoon. Our next item will be 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Sprinkle that in. And next ingredient, which may seem a little odd, but this is actually going to make it taste really good. I have is a ranch seasoning packet. Now you can get these where they're 1 ounces. It's 1 ounce is actually 2 tablespoons. So I got a big jar here and I put in my 2 tablespoons. And our next ingredient is 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Just going to sprinkle that in there. And we're going to add a little spice to this. I am going to cut up some chili peppers, green. So that's why I said if you want to use just a can and you don't have the fresh ingredients, get the tomatoes with the chilies in it already. So I'm going to chop 2 of these up and see how the spice is. And if it's not quite spicy enough, I'm going to go ahead and do the third. Okay, so they're going to go in and they'll be chopped up pretty small. And here are the chili peppers. So there's 2 of them cut up in there. And as you can see, I included the seeds. I'm going to put a lid on this and I'm going to check it. I'm also cooking this. I started out on high just to get it going. And I'm going to drop it down to medium. Put the lid on it. And when the chicken gets done, I'll pull it out and shred it, which I will bring you back then. When we're back, it's been cooking for 3 hours and 30 minutes. And let's take a look at this. We're going to give it a stir. Ooh, cream cheese is melting down. It's looking good. As you can see, the corn has rehydrated. Let me show you this closer. It smells really good. Very, very good. So I'm going to pull these guys out, the chicken breasts, and I'm going to shred them. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that is tender and juicy. I'm going to cut them in half. And I'm just going to pull them apart. Got to figure out which way the meat grain is. Just trying to pull it the other way and it wasn't working. Now, as you cook this throughout the day, the meat will even get more tender and it will even come apart more. So if it's not in super, super tiny places that you want them to be, you can always cut them up so it is smaller whenever you go to get done, if it's on your plate or a child's plate. Now, I didn't cut these guys up before I put them in the crock pot because I thought it would be really nice to just have them whole so it'd be easier to find, to pull them out and then put them back in. But if you wanted them to be in smaller pieces, you're more than welcome to put them in smaller pieces. Plus, it would take less time to cook them. Now I'm going to turn this down because dinner is not going to be for another probably about 4 hours, maybe a little longer than that. Just depends on what everybody gets home. I'm going to knock this down to low so it can even slow cook more. So you could, to add bulk to this, and I'm going to do this, but kind of differently. My daughter hates beans. She will eat green beans, and she will tolerate lima beans. But if it's a black bean, like the ones that you save and cook, like kidney beans, chili beans, black beans, navy beans, she won't eat them. I mean, like, she looked at me, she says, I will eat them if a zombie apocalypse happens or it's a total collapse of society. I don't think that's going to happen, but I guess we'll see. So, but, yeah. So, oh, by the way, did you like your emergency broadcasting or emergency alert system over the wireless networks? That was kind of cool. Put it out there in different languages. I don't know anybody that turned into zombies, so we're all good on that one, okay? No, a lot of people were worried, but so far, so good. Green Greg's, he actually has I think was doing a live stream. He might still be doing a live stream. And I watched some of it. He explains the differences in frequencies. It actually makes a lot of sense. And he would know. He's a NASA scientist and an engineer. So, but if you're watching this video, you're probably 10 years down the road, you can look it up and figure it out, what I'm talking about. We're going to get this stirred around here. Let me move you back over. Oh, back to the beans. Yes, I'm jumping around. To add more bulk to this, you can literally go ahead and add some beans. I'm going to put some black beans in a little pot and heat them up to put in with this chicken crack cheese, or let me see, what is this called? Cream cheese chicken crack chili. So I'm going to drop this down, like I said, to low. And I'm going to let it cook for about the next 4 hours, maybe a little bit longer. I'm also going to do some rice. So my daughter will actually eat this and add a little bit more bulk to it. And it'd be nice to actually have a little bit of this left for the weekend when it gets really cold and we're running around like crazy people trying to get firewood in. So we'll be back when it's done and we're plating it. And this is what our creamy, cheesy, crack chicken chili looks like. And the crock pot is done and I'm getting ready to plate it. For the rice, I'm going to make some rice to bulk it up. Now what I did with this rice, I took 2 cups of the chicken broth because that's what I had left, and I took 2 cups of water and 2 cups of rice. This is the normal rice, it's not the minute rice, and there we have it. It's good to go. Now, the most simple thing of all are the cans of black beans. Excuse my tea kettle. Yes, my stove is cooking. I just took 2 cans of black beans, opened them up and dropped them in here. So we're good. Okay, now everything's turned off. Now, cornbread. Doesn't that look amazing? It's very hot. Just pulled it out of the oven. So what did I use? Well, I used this. I guess it's Krusteaz cornbread and muffin mix. Now, I pretty much followed the direction. I used, for the square pan, I used 2/3 cup of milk, and I used 1/3 cup of butter, and I used 2 eggs. So that's how I changed it up. Okay, now, of course, I put it in the round skillet and baked it, and it was in for about 22 minutes. And then I poked some holes in it and smeared butter all the way around it. It's going to be very, very good. So let me get this all plated up so you can see it. And I get to taste it. Sorry, I lost my microphone here until the end, so I am going to voice over. I am showing you my rice and my beans I'm putting in there, and I'm also going to pour a scoop over of my cream cheese cracked chicken chili. It's absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to taste it. It's so delicious. I'm going to add a dollop of cream cheese. Not cream cheese, sorry. That is sour cream. And also some of my freeze-dried onion tops. I'm going to add that together. It smells amazing. Okay, here is my plate. Everybody knows the big plate is usually my husband's. And telling you about it, and I'm going to taste it now. I am so sorry about losing my microphone. And I'm looking at this the day later after I made this video, and my mouth is watering because this was absolutely incredible. As you can see on my face that I am enjoying this very much. This is really odd to do when you have to voice over. Got some rice that was also cooked in chicken broth, and my beans and everything. My husband's sitting there and he's saying how much he likes it, and it's really amazing. And here's my cornbread. It's delicious as usual. Same way I make it every time I make it. So, well, I choked on some cornbread there. I breathed in. So, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Charlie B signing out, and I'll be talking with you soon. Oh, now I got to clean up this mess.